Okay, so these are the smokes that I want to throw on overpass. Smokes, molotovs, and flashes. So the first one I want to throw is for two people to be able to get short B control, water control. So you put yourself in the front of the pallet, you aim at the wires right here, you wait for the train to go past. It won't go past in an actual live game. So you throw the Molotov, then you throw a flash here. It's pretty loose, you just aim it like roughly right there. The molly lands there, the flash lands roughly right there. And these two people come out and, help. So the way to look like in game is you're coming from CT spawn, you have the molly. It's pretty loose, you just put yourself in the front here. Throw it, you throw the flash. And then after you throw the flash, you come over here, run. And you spam that wood there so that, if they want to fall back from the Molotov and the flash and whatnot, you might get some damage, maybe even get a kill. So the B smokes that I want to throw are 3 smokes. The first one, you can also throw it however way you want it, but the first one I like to throw is here. You put yourself in this corner, you aim at the pipe, the height's kind of loose, you don't have to be too exact with the height. You put yourself in this corner with this pipe right here. For the second one, you aim at the same spot as you threw the first one. And those two will land. The reason you want to throw this one is to block off the vision from this people playing around here, just so you can plan easier. This one is a lot more important in my opinion, because it'll block off the guy's graffiti and it'll just let the people come out, a lot easier. But, ideally you want to throw both of them. And then the third one is heaven. First way to throw heaven, this is not the way I want to throw it, but if you want to throw it in like a 1v, like a late round situation, you just put yourself in this corner, you aim between this wire and this wire, or whatever, and you just throw it. And that'll smoke off heaven. But the way I want to throw it is from here. Now, this works with my crosshair. You're going to want to find a different lineup for your crosshair. Just practice it. You won't be able to mess it up once you throw it a few times. So I put the right side of my crosshair right below the sign right there, and then I throw it, and that'll smoke off heaven. And then the reason why I want to throw it from this spot is so I can also throw a Molotov and a flash. The Molotov, you line up in the same corner, you put yourself on the bottom left of this, indent in the highway or whatever, and then you just take a walk step and throw it. And then after you take the walk step, you can throw a flash right here. You just put yourself, in front of this pillar right here, along this like road or whatever, highway, and you throw it there so it lands in front of the pillar so that these people aren't blind coming at a monster, but everyone else is blind playing sight. And then the final Molotov I want to throw is from here. You just put yourself in this corner, you aim like roughly right here, and you just take a run step, and it lands in the pit right here. So the way it'll look like in game from here, once you practice a few times, is you throw the smoke, throw the Molotov, and then throw the nade. Well, it's a flash, but you know what I mean. So those are where I want all the Molotovs, smokes, and flashes to land for a B take, assuming we have like everyone alive or whatever. So you throw those, you throw heaven, and you throw these 2 mollies along with the flash, and that's how I want the B take to be. So let's go back to when we're taking short B control. So we'll have 1 person over by A, 1 person here in connector, and 3 people taking short. So the guy connector, there's a few different ways he can play it. He can just look through this crack right here. There's an indent, and it's kind of hard to see, but you can see like people crossing to the right or crossing back to the left. And Fur kind of does this a lot. He's the one who invented it. Another way you can do it is just throw a Molotov and kind of peek, and then you put yourself in this corner, and this is a pretty good flash. You just right click flash on the pipes right here, and they should be blind. You can also just cross the left, but you don't really want to cross to the left too much unless you're playing like here, because you don't want these guys, the person playing connector, to be able to open the door right here and kill your teammates. So let's say we're having trouble taking short B control, just the two of them and the guy throwing those molly and flash. You can just smoke this off, wait for it to pop, and then come out, you know, dodge flashes or whatever, and help them take B along with connector. Alright, so let's say we have, you know, we put a guy here, we took short B successfully. We have a guy here now, and we have two people that want to take connector. Well, the guy's connector, this guy should be walking up, you know, kind of like, just kind of strafing and peeking every angle. You know, along with that guy, but let's say they took connector successfully, and we want to take short B now. The guy over here, he can do this even if we're not taking short B. If he just wants to, you know, make it look like there's three people, you know, we're taking bathrooms control early. So you put yourself where this orange and green sunflower is, and you just aim in the middle of the trees along with the pillar. The height's not too important, but you just want to roughly put it here. You just want to aim, you know, diagonal or vertical with the pillar or the tower or whatever, and that'll smoke off bathrooms. So you can throw that smoke, come back over here, and let's say they're ready to come up connector. So you throw that smoke, and then they tell you to flash. You just like roughly stand here, aim where the A and the N are, and you just run, take a few steps running, and you don't fail. You just aim a little bit higher, and the flash will land here. So that, along with that, will allow these people to come up and, you know, easily take bathrooms, flash you, or just whatever we're gonna do. Alright, so the A smokes I want to throw are 3 smokes. The first one is a bank one. So there's 2 different ways to throw bank. You can put yourself in this corner, aim between the A and the N, and then just jump throw. You have to aim a little bit higher than the A and the N, not here, but a little bit higher. And that'll land there. And then there's another way to throw it from here, but I do not recommend throwing this one. Although you can if you want, I guess, but it kind of can be one way. So you put yourself in this black dot right here in the first stair. You're crouching right now, and then you aim at this dot a little bit below the dot. So you can see how it's still in my crosshair. So you just aim just very slightly below the dot, and then you stand up and you throw it. The reason why I don't want to throw it is because it can be a one way on this side. If see how, like, yeah, they can't see here, but if they just walk through the smoke right here on the left, you can see how you can kind of see on the left side of it. So I want to throw it the other way, but just, you know, if you're struggling with the other way or whatever, because for whatever reason, you can just throw that bank smoke. So the other 2 smokes are putting yourself in this corner right here, aiming at the guy's neck, which will land at truck. It smokes off truck. And then you put yourself in the bench right here. So not in this corner, but in hugging the bench. And there's these like lines right here. You put yourself to the left of the line, just slightly out. You know, you're gonna want to practice it with your crosshair, but once you find it, once you find the spot, you'll be able to throw it every time. So you don't want to go too far out to the right, because then there will be a gap on the left side right here. So you want it to be, you know, perfect. So those are the 3 smokes I want to throw. And then, you know, flashes or whatever. But let's say we only have 2 smokes and not 3. We can just throw a bank one and forget these 2. And instead just throw one to smoke out the stairs or the dumpster or whatever. So you put yourself in this corner right here. And you see how there's a leaf like right in front of us, like right on top of us? You put yourself, there's like a C right here. You put yourself on the top right of the C, and you just throw it. And that'll land there. So you can throw that one along with bank if you don't want to throw the other two. I think that's pretty much it. Alright, yeah, thanks for watching.